Okay, so I now finally, after my first unboxing video, I have an assistant. Thank you, Carol, for holding the phone this time, so I can use both hands. So, what we have here is C3i magazine number 32 show, but unlike the other ones that you've seen me do and others have done, I have the whole thing this time. So we're going to review all the contents. So first off, here's the front cover of C3i magazine. There's the back cover. That's my Gettysburg game. This is my good friend Frederick Bay's Issy, and I can just tell you that the final, I had a prototype, which was just a mock-up. I had a good time doing that article. But the printing is just first rate. I got to tell you, it's really well done. I mean, whoever Roger's using knows what they're doing, because this is really good stuff. And there's the kind of the all issue. Oh, I didn't realize there's a picture of me playing 9 people in South Pacific. I guess a little over a year ago at San Diego con, that great con that Harold Buchanan runs. That was a lot of fun. Very exhausting, by the way. So what do you get in the box? Well, actually, let's start with the counters. So what we've got here, down here, we've got the Gettysburg counters. They are 5/8 inch, and you get them all in that section there. These counters here look like they're all for the Battle of Issy. These are replacement counters for Arquebus. I guess there was some corrections. You get a cool Battle of the River Kwai counter for a really interesting human interest story in there. And then I think these are replacement counters for some of the older issues of C3i magazine scenarios, and you get a new elite marker for the first Minnesota. And down here you have some, I guess these are counters required for this really interesting scenario, which I'm going to play when I get back to New York, Holland 44, the North Map scenario. And just so you know, the printing is excellent, and they're very well centered, and everything's die cut well. So, good job whoever did all that. So first thing we have is the Battle of Issy rules. This is the lore system. I actually think this battle takes place after the abdication. I think this is the last battle of the Napoleonic Wars, actually, which is kind of interesting. I don't think it's ever been done before. I think it's like Van Damme or somebody. Davout's like in charge of the government for a couple of days after Napoleon abdicates. Anyway, here you get a sense of the rules, really well, nicely laid out, lots of cool diagrams, and so overall, really good package here. So I missed this page here. Oh, nice picture of Frederick Bay, my good friend. Hi, Frederick. How you doing? You look good there. And so those are the Battle of Issy rules. I think we'll hold this off for last. I think, what else we got here? I think there was something else from Issy. Yeah, no, that's that. Here is what I'm looking for. We have the charts and tables for Issy, so you get all that good stuff to finish that game out, so that's really good. Then there's a really nice guy, Hollenspiel, Tom Russell. I feel a guy who I don't know that well. He's very, very nice. He published Ribbit, and it was I was dealing with his wife, Mary. Very nice people to deal with. So you get 2 cards. These are the cards you need to play 2 battles. I don't remember which. This is like some, obviously it's Saxon infantry. This is some kind of medieval thing, French knights, yeah. And I know this is Gaines Mill, which I'm really looking forward to. A Civil War battle is always interesting to me. And I guess there's one more card required on here. Then you've got a lot of cool, classic Roger McGowan art on cards. So there's like collector cards now, I guess. And here are the rules for table battles. That's page 1, page 2. So this tells you how to play the game. Here is the scenario setup card for this northern scenario for Holland 44, and obviously the churn track and all the things you need to play that one scenario, which will be nice. I love having small scenarios of game like that, which I only hit the table a few times because it's a detailed campaign game. But when you get to play a small scenario, really good fun, and you get the flavor of the system. This I found to be a nice addition. You've got Pendragon, and the combat system is really interesting and gives a lot of thematic flavor to the game. But it's a little bit involved, so it's good that, I've learned it when I was playing at San Diego Con, so I got it down to, but it's nice to have a sort of a nice mnemonic table that you can run the counters through. And so this is the back cover to the Gettysburg rules, and what's nice is you get an extra player A card, so if you're playing, you can each have your own card. And this is something I asked Roger to add. This is it's for Pericles. It's like a conference map. You can make, you have permission to make photocopies, but this way you could write down a position if you have a game that you don't want to, quit on and you need the table back, or you want to play over 2 sessions. You could write down the positions and with some notes and all that. So that's just a nice, useful thing to have. And then, here we have the map for Issy, and I got to tell you, I really like the graphics on this thing. I really like the way they did the buildings and the small towns and all that. This is near Paris somewhere. I think it's like southeast or southwest of Paris. Oh, there's Paris right there, actually. So I guess you're definitely south of Paris. So anyway, very cool and very nice looking map. And then we have the map to Gettysburg, which was done by Charlie Kibler. If I can get my finger in here. Really, again, good quality paper, nicely printed, really well done. And then last, you have the rules to Gettysburg. And I want to say that this only has really 7 pages of rules. In other words, the whole booklet is 12, but the front cover and the back cover don't count. So now you're down to 10. And as you can see, you have a couple of full-page diagrams. So it's really only 7 pages of rules. And as you can see, you used a very large font. And it's very a lot of white space. So very easy on the eye, especially I'm reading this one. I don't even have my glasses on, so there's no problem there. Another one, full-page diagram showing you like the opening moves I did for the example of play. I like to do that. This is the combat, another big example on attack, and then, just sort of the credits and the design notes and all that stuff. So there it is. There you have it. C3i 32 Unbagging video.